What's up, guys and girls? It's your boy Damnboitv back with another video. Today we're gonna talk about nature resistance, which most likely will be required for AQ40 in phase 5. I want to be going over warriors, what kind of gear they can get, what gear rogues can get, and what hunters can get. My main focus is warriors, but I will be linking a spreadsheet with all three as well, and I will be showing you what gear you can get. So let's dive into it. The reason why you want to get as close to the Ahn'Qiraj as possible is because of Princess Huhuran. At 30% health, she berserks / enrages, and she releases a 2000 damage poison bolt every 3 seconds to the closest 15 people. This does not include pets, of course, so that means you need 15 players, aka hunters, rogues, and warriors, with as close to the nature resistance cap as possible. This guy, we will be assuming that we get the 60 nature resistance buff for hunters, meaning we only need 255 nature resistance to hit the cap at 315. Huhuran also does a Viven Sting, an AoE sleep effect on a random area within melee range that affects up to 10 targets. If cleansed, it deals 3000 nature damage. You most likely won't be dispelling this, because you will still be getting hit by the poison balls every 3 seconds. So should you unluckily be dispelling this, you would definitely kill that player. 99% sure. If you don't have enough nature resistance and one of these 15 soakers actually die, the dominoes will slowly start to fall. Because Huhuran will just target the next closest person, which most likely will be a healer or a ranged DPS. And then you just see the bricks falling, right? One by one. There is also a second boss in AQ40 that might need nature resistance. Viscidus does more or less the same ability, but this one is a little bit different. It's called Poison Volley. It's an AoE spell cast every 10 seconds that hits for 1500 direct resistible nature damage. This one applies a dot, which is dispellable, that ticks for 500 nature damage every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. So on this guy you will actually most likely benefit from your nature resistance as well. So let's look at the set I've set up. This set for warriors provides you with 255 nature resistance. So that way you will be capped with the Hunter Hour that gives you 60 nature resistance as well. This set I made is pretty easy to get. I did it in 1 day. There's 5 items in Maraudon. First up you have Celebros the Curse that we just killed. This guy drops the back that gives you 10 nature resistance. Also, please bear in mind you can solo all this if you have Diamond Flask and around 400 to 500 healing as a warrior. That should be plenty. And your Fury spec, easy peasy. You can also probably just bring a major healing potion if you want to do that instead. But the Diamond Flask is definitely very helpful here, and when you've got the set, it saves you a lot of time. Anyway, moving on, we get to Meshlock the Harvester. This is a rare spawn. He drops the Bloom Sprout headpiece, which gives you 10 nature resistance and some attack power. I was lucky to get my headpiece in the first kill, but you probably have to do a couple of resets to get the rare spawn to spawn and then get the headpiece. Anyway, next up we have Razor Lash, and he drops a belt that gives you 20 nature resistance, and he is pretty straightforward as well. All of these bosses more or less have around 20 to 30% chance to drop the certain items, and I would say you probably have to do 10 to 15 resets tops to actually get all these items, unless you're really unlucky with RNG. After Razor Lash, we move on to the last boss, which we need 3 drops from. We need 2 of the same trinkets called Heart of Noxian, and we need Noxian's Shackles. In total, this gives us 35 nature resistance and is very useful. This guy you definitely need Diamond Flask on. He hits pretty hard. I did it once without, but I'm pretty decent geared. So maybe a major healing potion, that will help you a lot. if you don't have Diamond Flask. Anyway, that's it for Maraudon. You get 75 nature resistance from all these 4 bosses, and I think that's pretty decent compared to the ease of the farm. Moving on to the rest of the gear, there's 2 quests you can do in Silithus with phase 4. You can get this neck called Nature's Whisper, which is a part of a chain quest called Terrible Purpose, which gives you 8 nature resistance, some stamina and intellect. Not that it matters with intellect. And you can do a chain quest that gives you Cenarian Reservist leg plates that gives you 25 nature resistance, 13 stamina, and 9 defense. These took me, the first one for the neck took me around 30 minutes to complete, and the other one took around an hour to 1 hour and 30 minutes. For the last one, for the legs, you do need a raid of at least 15 people to kill a 250,000 HP raid boss, but you might need more people if you encounter hordes. I tried with 8 man yesterday and 2 hordes came and killed us, so I wiped a couple of times. So I postponed it, but yeah. For the remaining pieces, you want to go to Stratholm Undead. You want to kill a Maraudon. This boss actually drops 2 pieces. He drops a pair of shoulders that gives you 20 nature resistance, and he drops a pair of cloth feet that gives you 20 nature resistance as well. For the ring slots, you need to buy a pair of green rings. 21 nature resistance is what I went with in my sheet. It is pretty expensive to buy these, but what you can do is when you're killing Naruban for the shoulders and the boots, you can actually pick up the shield as well, Husk of Naruban from the same guy. That way you'll get 15 nature resistance from that, and then you only need, what would you need? You only need like 7.5 less on each ring, so you only need to buy 14 nature resistance rings, which is a lot more cheap. Like, it's way cheaper than buying 21 nature resistance rings. So, but yeah, that concludes the warrior nature resistance set. We're just gonna have a brief look on rogues and hunters as well. Starting out with rogues. So for rogues, you can get around 234 nature resistance with enchant included. So you can almost get to the cap, but 21 less than warriors, right? Anyways, quick walkthrough. There's a lot of repeating items in this, of course. You have the neck from the Silithus quest, 8 nature resistance. There is the head from GIF. It is a random chance that you get the nature resistance enchant on this when it drops. So it's a little bit more luck based than warriors. There is Ray Slash again that drops a pair of shoulders with 10 nature resistance. There's a cloak from DM West. The same goes for this as GIF in UBRS. I personally wouldn't farm this. I would farm Grootkeeper's Drape from Celebrus the Cursed, the one we got in the warrior as well, because it's just, you're more certain of getting it and it's easier to farm basically. Next you have the Bloodfang chest piece. If you're lucky enough, you should be getting this if you're raiding casually every week. Gives 10 nature resistance. Bracers, you're gonna want to buy a green pair of bracers with nature resistance on. The highest you can get is 15. Hands, you can get Stonebark Gauntlets. That drops from trees in DM. Diamond. Belt is the same as warriors. It's from Razor Lash, 20 nature resistance. Legs, it's the same as well as the Silithus warrior quest that we do on the warrior. And it actually is like that for all classes. If you want some nature resistance, you can get a pair of legs there from that chain quest. On the feet, you have Naruban Khan again with the 20 nature resistance cloth boots. Rings, 2 pair of green rings again. And last but not least, 2 Noxan trinkets. So the sets look more or less alike with some variety because of different armor types, of course. Moving on to hunters. So for hunters, the same goes. You can farm Gith in Ubras for this Dragon Eye coil of nature resistance, but again, it's random what resistance you get on the headpiece. The neck, you need to farm again. The shoulders, same goes for the back. and the 2 trinkets and the rings and the legs. This is all the same as warriors and rogues. You need to farm Maraudon for the 2 trinkets and for the belt. You need to farm for the cloak as well from Celebros the Cursed. And on top of that, you can actually craft 3 items for male, or for hunters even, which provides you with a good 60 nature resistance. So that's nice to have to farm 1 less item than warriors and rogues do. They can just get it from the guild mats when Phase 5 releases. On top of that, they have to farm the feet, Fangor Bronos again, the Ruben Khan in Stratholme. And their weapon from the Hunter Leaf quest actually gives them 10 nature resistance as well, so they can actually reach 263 nature resistance. 263 nature resistance is not needed, they should only need 255, so they can change their neck with the Ahn'Qiraj tooth pendant, for instance, so they can do a little bit more DPS when they're not slept by the Viven Sting. And underneath you can see some alternatives, which I already blend in because they're easier to farm. But yeah, that concludes the nature resistance guide here. Things to remember: get as close to 255 if you have assuming you have a hunter buff in your group when you're going to do Huhuran. Please remember, as you progress in AQ and you get more comfortable in there, you can probably remove some of these nature resistance pieces and get some more DPS items on. That way you can get those sweet parses like we always love to do. And I will put a link in the description down below with all 3 links for all 3 spreadsheets, so you can use them yourself and play around with that. Anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated and definitely helps me keep on going. Feel free to throw me a sub, a like, or a comment down below. I'd appreciate that a lot. I hope you come back next time, because Damnboit's out for now, and I hope you have a damn great time until then.